All right, y'all. Loaded Lux versus Nu Jersey Twork. It is in the record books. Did y'all see it? Did y'all catch that last night? I was fortunate enough to catch that. Did have some issues at first trying to get on the site and grab it, but I was fortunate enough to be able to catch it. I came in late. I saw the Geechee and the Shoddy, and I saw the Twerk and the Loaded Lux. We're gonna focus on that one pretty much. As we walk through that, though, I'm gonna talk about some Mount Rushmore topics there. I'm also going to mix in some talk about angles. We're going to go back to paperwork coming into battles. We're going to have a couple discussions around the Loaded Luxes and the Murder Mooks of the world, how they do what they do, why they have the impact that they have. I'm going to pull up footage from 3 different battles to make us walk through something that I kind of want to bring a point around as well. So we're going to have some fun with battle rap this morning, definitely. After that, where we going? We got Dame Dash's apology to Cameron. We're gonna play it. We're gonna dissect it a little bit. We're gonna see what he's talking about. What else do we got going on? Yes, I saw the Adrian Broner video. We're gonna play it. We're gonna talk about it, and I got a little subtopic on Adrian Broner. We're gonna take a look at some stuff related to him outside of this particular situation, and then we'll see how y'all feel about it. All right. What else do we got? I do see this BLM situation. Just so we continue to try to stay worldly, let's bring that up real quick. We won't spend too much time there. I got a Candace Owen response to Jimmy Kimmel being suspended. I want to play that for y'all as well. Word on the street is y'all get real bubbly in the chat when we get into politics, when we get into Charlie Kirk and we get into Trump. I told my mods, I said, stay vigilant, man. Don't worry about me. I'm cool. You know, I'll wear the thick skin so that we can continue to appease a larger demographic and a larger crowd. There will be people in here. I'm a Republican, so fuck you if you're a Democrat. I'm a Democrat, so fuck you if you're a Republican. I'm a liberal. I'm a conservative. I'm this. I'm that. I'm braced for all of that. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, mods, for doing the great job that you guys are doing. Thank you for giving me y'all feedback. Continue to let me know some of the things that we can tweak and keep our eyes on. But I really appreciate you mods, you know what I'm saying? Because these are edgy areas. And yes, we will continue to discuss them. Sorry if you are offended or if you are that vigilant on this damn channel because we don't like Charlie Kirk. Okay. But anyway, let's also I'm gonna close the stream out with somebody reacting to Young Thug. And it's going to bring me into a little bit of a point about just consistency, upholding your codes as a man or a woman. And yeah, I also see the Selena Powell and Little Meech thing. We'll play that real quick. And I'm going to close out with something from Checks and Balances, a fun one related to movies. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's get into Loaded Lux versus Nu Jersey Twork. I'll say this, man. I've been doing events for what, 10 plus years? I did events. I've watched events for 12, 13, 14 years, right? Because I wasn't the first league. So I was watching it. I was going to them before RBE came around, right? Battle rap events are never on time. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. They're always hours late, or if you're lucky, maybe 45 minutes. I doubt that. But we know what it is with battle rap. We just can't get that right. And the reason is there's too many intangibles. There's too many links in the chain. And you need just 1 week one and 1 week link, and then you have an issue. But we found the answer last night on accident. Okay. Do events somewhere that has a 5-hour time difference from us, and then all of us, East Coast. For us, it'll feel like it's on time, because last night when the event was over, I was like, oh my God, it's not 10 p.m., 11 p.m., or midnight. That's the answer. Just if that's why you got to go to London, fuck it. We finally figured it out. Finally. All right. With all bullshit aside, it looked like a good event from what I saw. The Geechee and the Shoddy thing, Shoddy continues to be Shoddy. Go look back on the channel. Yes, I want to pat myself on the back. I was a guy that told y'all are tripping when y'all had a problem with the Shine and Shoddy announcement. I said, Shoddy's one of them niggas. Why did everybody go to sleep? I get it. We wanted to see a couple things different for Shine, but Shoddy is Shoddy, right? And he's reminding y'all, Shoddy gets to take that position of I told you so, y'all kick rocks, or welcome new fans, or welcome everybody that forgot. So shout out to Shoddy. Geechee is Geechee. He's one of the best in the world to ever do it. It just didn't look like he was on his A game last night. When you see somebody continue to repeat, like yeah, 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 and what and bring back their bars consistently and all that. And there's a little. He was not a little. He was very choppy. Geechee was very very choppy. That wasn't the real Geechee. That wasn't the full fledged A+ game Geechee. And that's the reason why Shotty clearly took the well. Shotty had I don't want to take nothing from Shotty. Shotty had a great performance too. I don't want to say that. I take that back. I didn't mean to say that. But yeah, it wasn't the full fledged Geechee. So Geechee, your next one out, you know what you got to do. I don't have Geechee's last, 5 battles and his schedule memorized right now, so I don't know if that was it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's Summer Madness, so when you have certain cards, especially with big main events, so you anticipate being in front of a big crowd and a lot of eyes. You got Loaded Lux and Twerk there. Sometimes that's where the rest of the card you get their best. You get their A game. Everybody brings great performances. Big cards, big branded cards, a max out, a blackout, a Summer Madness, a gnome. You normally get your A games. So I fuck with Geechee, man. Geechee, yo, what's the next one out? Got to be kind of crazy, man. Got to be kind of crazy, okay? But shout out to Geechee and shout out to Shotty. The main event time, all right? My predictions, I'm keep it 1,000. My predictions been off lately. I'm a very critical and analytical person. My prediction has been a little bit off lately. And one of my predictions for Twerk and Lux, the reason I had Twerk is because I felt like he hits too hard for Lux. It's like metaphorically speaking. What do I mean by that? So let's go back. I had Canelo beating Bud Crawford because I felt like he hit too hard. Now, of course, there's other boxing aspects mixed in there where I had Canelo as well. But I said, if Bud wins, he's going to have to take it to 12. I know that Canelo could have some challenges with people that have great footwork and are pure boxers, like obviously Floyd showed that. But I'm not saying that Bud is Floyd. Nah, people are starting to do those comparisons. I'm not. But I was focusing on the power and Canelo still is a great power puncher. He's a great boxer. He can cut off the ring. He does have good footwork. So eventually he gets to you as a pressure fighter, you know, and that's why I had him. I was like, he's just going to hit too hard for Bud, considering those other factors. And I was wrong. Fast forward, Hitman and Mook. The overall outcome of that, I told y'all, I kept it real with y'all. I said, I did see that paperwork. Hala sent it to me like 3 weeks before. And I said, this type of information coming into any battle hits too hard. I was wrong. Okay. In this battle right here, I said New Jersey Twork, he hits too hard, in this era of battle rap for a Loaded Lux type of style. I was wrong. So I'm not just picking random shit, people. Like I'm also watching the landscape, and New Jersey Twork is a fan favorite. And then I also even thought that he was going to get some extra energy because he got out of jail and made it to the battle. That all became promotion. That all became something that you want to champion, get behind. Like, oh, he made it. He's here. Yeah. He walked out on the stage and body language for battlers. I know you guys get to see it on the playback, man. I just don't know if you guys really understand what you exhibit to us on the opposite side of the lens, man. What we get to see really tells a lot of tales, and y'all don't even know that it's happening because I give y'all credit. Y'all up there being natural. You're being yourselves, hopefully. When he walked out on stage, he didn't feel like, he didn't seem like he was happy. Like, I don't know. It's like Twerk walked out and he just looked like he was a little disgruntled. Let him explain that, or maybe I'm off, but it just looked like that. His body language was just like, all right, let's get to work or whatever. Or the Lux walks out. It kind of looks like the champ is here. Felt different on camera. He walks out. He stands in the middle of the stage, just a salute to the crowd. Loaded Lux is here. Nostalgia is going to be woven into this battle this whole time while I'm speaking about this. Hold on to the word nostalgia. But anyway, they take their sides. But then it almost seemed like Twerk stole the coin toss, like, nah, I'm going first. Hey, yo, screams over the crowd goes crazy. Everybody's ready. This is the main event. This is what everybody's waiting for. So I was just like, okay, nah, my prediction, they're going to definitely be here for Twerk. Cash, you got this prediction, man. Me and Cash were going back and forth like 2-3 times on the phone about these battles, right? This battle in particular as well. So when the battle starts and I see Twerk getting into his bag, his first big lead up and first big punch or haymaker that I remember, it landed, but it wasn't what I expected for a Summer Madness Twerk versus Lux. It's not. I expected Twerk to come out and whether he went first or second, when he starts connecting, it to be room shaking in the first round, like tear the roof off type of shit, and that's his style, right? I didn't feel that through the camera, you know. And small disclaimer: not the battlers' fault, not the matchup. I'm pretty sure in the building, but the audio in the pay per view, I can tell like I'm not really getting the crowd reaction. It's like the priority of the audio layer was more so the battle rappers, which is cool. Almost quiet roomed it a tiny bit. Whereas the crowd audio being merged in together with, so you get that full vibe of the reaction. When they edit that battle, they're gonna have to change that. The pay-per-view audio was so it took away a little bit from maybe some of how I felt watching it, but I can still tell as somebody that's been in the middle of this shit all these years, like he's not. It's not the napalm bombs that he's having his moments though. That first round continues. It had to be Twerk's longest round, right? And then I started to ask myself, is he giving y'all too much in the first round? Because he's being regular Twerk. He gives y'all a strapped in. Okay. The strapped in landed, by the way. He's already on the other side, the driving situation, the different wheels and all that, and he's already dead and all that. The strapped in was dope, right? And then he also gets into the I'm gonna rap like Lux, have somebody come out on stage, stand in front of him as if that person is Twerk. Then he puts on a sports jacket as if he's Lux, takes off the bandana, and starts rapping to the new person on stage with the head down in the hoodie as if he's Lux, right? We'll talk about that for a little bit. But anyway, mixing all that together in the first round, like if that goes over a certain way, if fans receive that a certain way, then it can become like a burial round. We see that at times. First round, sometimes people go for burials. They put all their biggest shit, their biggest moments, or even their paperwork in the first round. Tay Rock's first round did a case a Kiss Lay. Is that when he did the paperwork? We obviously know the Big K and Adi Boom one. But Twerk put a lot into that first round. If that first round doesn't overthrow your opponent, um, possibly the way that it's crafted with all that stuff, and then you don't have a lot of grenades after that, then your second and your third don't amount up to your first, and then it becomes a downhill type of approach. Like, you never get back to another peak that's above that what you put into that first round. I only watched it once. I could be wrong if there was a lot more in the second or the third round that I missed, but it seemed like from even the theatrics, the strapped in, the Lux person on stage, everything, a lot of what he got going on is in that first round. Okay. Now, the whole thing with the rapping to the Lux, the mic issues that he was having, I think definitely takes away from it. All right. The momentum of it, the visuals of it, battle rap fans are very, very visual. Think about like Daylight selling like his one of the biggest bars of all time, like the teapot shit. Um, um, if he just says that stoic and standing still, if he doesn't lead up to it, if he doesn't build it up, if he doesn't climax it like that, if he doesn't perform it out like with the tilting over, it doesn't come off the same, right? We're very visual as fans, and you got to take us up to that mountaintop, and it's got to be like a roller coaster. Boom, the adrenaline rush. That's the punchline landing. If we just keep climbing and climbing and climbing, and then when it's time to do the roller coaster drop, it gets up there, climbs, and then just goes like this. Houston, you have a problem. All right. So the mic issues is adding to that. I'm not able to drop the fans off like, and then I didn't really pick up on huge hits in the middle of it. One thing that we got to remember, and I've reminded myself recently as a fan from the outside looking in, I knew this prior, but I lost myself along the way. Maybe we have to remind ourselves the battle is two. You have to still punch and create moments of high excitement, even in the middle of angles, even in the middle of paperwork, even in the middle of exposing somebody, even in the middle of telling a story. You still have to give the crowd that roller coaster drop. because we're building up, we're building up, we're building up. You ever been on roller coaster? Like, nah, that shit was whack. And then the rest of the ride is, and from what I remember, one watch, only one watch of that moment when he's doing the Lux impersonation, it feels like there's just a lot of defense being put up, a lot of counter writing that's happening. You said you're gonna say I stole the purse, blah blah, blah, or you stole the purse. I think it's a lot of counter writing that's happening here. Now, number one, it's not like Lux laid on some of those angles long enough where they was, tainted. That's number one. Number two, tell me a bigger land in the midst of the Lux, whole impersonation part that was like up there with his strapped in or some other his other punchlines that landed. I don't remember one. So when you get us so focused on the paperwork or the story or the impersonation when you change clothes or whatever, there has to be big moments within it. That is the reminder for me, for fans, and for battle rappers. We're seeing it. We're seeing it. Okay. So, overall, very good round. I think he put a lot into it. Tworks, he has some moments in there, a little choppy at times throughout the battle where you're repeating your words a little bit, and that sometimes detracts slightly as well. Lux goes. Let's get back to that word. You feel the nostalgia. You feel the nostalgia. When you battle a loaded Lux or a Murder Mook, the uphill nostalgia factor is real. And it's not something that you use against those guys and say, oh, it's just because they've been here since Lions Den or the DVD era, or they've earned it. They've earned it. They've crossed the eras. They've captivated us all the way back then, and they've captivated us today. They've earned it, right? So when somebody earns that nostalgia, aura and armor around them, if you got to fight them, you got to fight them. LeBron is the man. When Jordan walks in the room, it feels different. That's what all the NBA players say. That nostalgia of this guy, Jordan. How long has he been out the league? Right? If you want to create this argument now in this room, LeBron, you're gonna have to have all that armor come off first. The armor be like the Save the Last Dance documentary. That was tactical. You gotta strip all that armor if you want this argument, before we even start comparing the bars. And that's just part of the game. That's just part of what some of these people are. Another person that's being looked at like that right in front of your eyes right now, and he's getting that love and he's earned it, is Disaster. Disaster could have some big, like American-based battles right now, and people will gravitate to him. It's Disaster. That nostalgic armor is part of these Mount Rushmores, part of these GOATs, part of these legends. We would feel the same way about Arsenal, Charlie Clips, Hitman. Well, Hitman gets it too. Hold on, let me take Hitman out of that. Arsenal, Aver, Rex, Charlie Clips, Tay Rock, they would get those nostalgic extra layers of armor if they battled more infrequent. Hitman battles infrequent, but he's also still way more accessible than, like, let's say a Mook or a Lux, right? And then on top of that, like the Hollers of the world, they are that looked at as like that slight error that's after the Rexes and the Mooks and the Lux and those guys, right? So Rex would get the armor just like Mook and Lux does if we saw Rex once a year. That's not gonna. That's not Rex's pattern. That's not Rex's. We've been watching. He battles a million times. Him and his cousin are very different, right? But if Rex battled once a year, maybe, he would get that same thing when he walks out. And his first rounds would be that much more, even more elevated. People would hold on to every word that much more because that is part of battle rap, So anyway, the second round, I think, is a little bit closer. Maybe there's some debate there for Twork. Oh yeah, by the way, the first round I'm giving to Lux. And it's crazy for me to say, as somebody that's here that's doing a reaction or doing a recap, to give you the moments that I remember from Twork and not even be able to fully quote a bunch of shit from Lux's first round and still give it to Lux. Sometimes it's just how you hit by the round or the moment or how you walk away feeling. you know? Because that's why it's bullshit when people be like, you don't fuck with him. He's not good. Tell me one of his bars right now. It's not always about that. That'd be like the stupid reverse psychology setup. The rap, tell me 3 of his songs right now. I can't tell you the songs. All I know is every time that motherfucker's voice comes on, I'm dancing. That's really how it works. All right. And Lux got the first. He got the first, man. And rapping was clean. It was Lux. He was sharp. He was on point. I think one of the differences between Lux and Mook is Mook, they're very intricate with their pens, but Mook has more clear lead ups or build ups, and his punches are maybe heavier than Lux's. Lux is a little bit more intricate, maybe, but I do like Mook's style of punching maybe a little bit more, and dare I say, Mook might be more creative than Lux. He might be. You know, when I think about Mook's the you are a cancer slash breast cancer and slash our mothers and all that angle, or what's some other ones? What's some other ones that he did? Like the creativity of Mook is he might be he might be top 2 of creativity. He might be. But anyway, Lux, it's like when he talks with that nostalgic factor as well, along with him being so good, it just applies. You know, you gotta, it's gonna hit on you, it's gonna stick there, and you gotta be the one to brush it off. It's not like it's gonna hit on you and then it needs fan validation to stay. That's how it is with Lux, you know? So anyway, first round, I get that to him. Second round is probably closer. The only thing I'm gonna key in on the third about is the body language, right? Even towards the end of the round, when I'm watching Twork, you know, his head looks a little bit down. Um, the way he shook Lux's hand after he delivered that haymaker at the end, like you should say a bow, whatever, because that's what you're supposed to do in front of your master, whatever. That ball, like you don't shake it. I was like, oh yeah. There was some small 3-0 chance that I heard in the crowd as well. The body language of Twork, even before the third round, even pieces of it at times in the first and second just didn't look good. And I said, even the walkout didn't look, you know, like this is my shit. You know, like you see how Surfer come out and it's like his aura commands like this whole thing is mine. Whether you guys got me as the underdog or not, this whole thing is mine. He's gonna land his first punch and say, this is my shit. You know, I never got that vibe from Twork. And he has the presence to absolutely do that and dominate like that. But Lux is the shorter guy and he overshadows his opponent still. You know, he's half the size of Twork and he overshadows you. This is what I'm talking about the presence, the aura, the nostalgia of these guys. And when you put that with their creativity and how good they are as battle rappers, such an uphill battle, such a fucking uphill battle. So people can call it a 3-0. Not one of them 3-0s where somebody gets dragged. You know, 3-0 where it's just like you just lost every round, you know? And the first round and third round probably felt the clearest on first watch, on one watch. You know, Twork didn't do bad. He just needs to be a little bit more cleaner. Some of the approaches and some of the bars didn't land. And that's what Twork is. Twork is a guy that really devastates you and overpowers you with some of those punches. And if they're not landing, it even takes away from the rest of his performance. You know, even him, he looks a little different with his writing style when the punch doesn't land how he wrote up to it. You could almost see it a little bit, you know? But that's part of it, man. That's part of it. Now, let's get into some footage, staying within the topic a little bit. I got three battles that we're gonna take a quick look at. 2 of them have paperwork, and one of them is about somebody coming in. And the reason why I wanted to find one of those on the RBE channel is because of the whole thing of people probably will debate. Was it a hit or was it a miss? Should he have, shouldn't he have Twork? Should you ever bring people into your rounds as props or whatever? We'll see. We'll answer that a little bit, all right? But first and foremost, let's go to what I mean about the reminder of building up to a climax, that roller coaster that we click up and build the anticipation and boom, drop it. drop that shit in the bucket. And even though we're sitting there and we're watching the paperwork get passed out, we're watching him read it, we're watching some of this, the story that Big K has given us. We're watching some of Adi Boom's body language. At the end of the day, this is still battle rap. Okay, you have to give that knockout with it, or else people are just like, all right, it is what it is. Okay, cool. You told us about this new story on the person. All right, so Pete.
At the very least, you need to get punched in your mouth. You's a motherfucking rat. Exactly what the word mean. Your man got 17, the other got 13. But y'all think he hard because he be rapping like he hurt things. He walked the PC yard and was the captain of the twerk team.
Let me stop right there. If that was the end of his paperwork segment, would we like it? Would it still impact or hurt Boom? I don't know how many people actually would have even followed up to read it if that was the end right there. Think about it. The artistry of it, the impact of it, the punchlines of it, that roller coaster climax of it even makes it stick with you after more, and then makes everybody go read this paperwork on Boom. If that was, and he was the captain of the twerk team. Now, me as a battle rapper, if I'm writing, I probably think, I'm not a battle rapper, I'm saying metal. I'm probably writing thinking like, that's a big punch, and was the captain of the twerk team because I just passed out the paperwork. Is that enough though? I don't have a butterfly effect time machine, but I don't think K could have stopped right there. I don't think it could have.
I said Stitch Boy. Stitch Boy. Stitch Boy. That's all real. You can look it up for you. Stitch Boy. Snitch Boy. Hold up. Let me get this. Hold up. Hold on. I said Snitch Boy. The word loyal never displayed. Betray your brother when it's turmoil. Devilish ways. Snitch Boy, been stressing every day. You came home in your 20s with a head full of gray. Snitch Boy, ready to turn at any moment. Surf let you hear around. You told the world that you wrote it. Snitch Boy, but New Jersey is Snitch Haven. Only thing you ever wrote for Surf was his statement. Snitch Boy. This little pussy a disgrace. How you walk out of bookings with some cookies and a cake? Snitch Boy, I ought to mush you in the face. You looking like you want to fight. Bitch, you should have fought the case. Snitch Boy.
See, even Adi Boom knows it's hitting. It's not, fuck the building. The real viewership is digital. It's either on the stream or on YouTube. The biggest viewership is the uploads, whatever platform that the battle sits on. That's where it's going to do thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of views. All right. Now, when you watch that here on footage, on the channel, on YouTube, and you look at the body language and you feel the impact of it. Okay. Later on, after the fact, the build up and that roller coaster drop right there just works. It just works. All right. Let's talk about bringing somebody in as a prop, or like what what Twork did with the fake Lux, right? Can that work at all? Is everybody going to try to, oh, hey, you shouldn't have did that? Why would you ever do that in rap battle? Come on, people, slow down. Don't start reaching all over the place. I saw a couple of those tweets or comments, relax. People have done it and it can work. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. All right. The highest viewed intergender battle, man versus woman, on YouTube, on the America side of things. I don't know about flip top and all that type of stuff in the Philippines, but that title goes to Charlie Clips and Farrah Funeral. And this moment right here was doing multi-millions of views on different platforms, Facebook and Twitches and Twitter. Millions of views just from this clip right here on all these different social media platforms. All right, because how he executed it made it super viral. World star, everything was this clip.
Don't get mad. I'm just ruffling your feathers because you asked me to be on Wild 'N Out. Remember, you called my phone like, hey, Charlie, put me on the show. I got big plans. And I said, first thing you got to do is suck my, first thing you got to do is be a Knicks fan. I said, the lights is bright. It'll feel like you in quicksand. It's an improv show. So you got to freestyle kind of quick, fam. But the most important thing you got to do, you got to get past hit.
That shows even when you bring out someone, you know, K-Shine brought out the short person. I don't know if you can say the M word on YouTube without getting in trouble. You got Charlie Clips here bringing out his crew, his Wildin' Out crew, or his friends. You got Twork bringing out a separate Lux and him transforming into Lux and doing like almost like the counter-writing defensive stuff. You know, it's how you do it at the end of the day. And that right there, the way he set that up was so unexpected. It's a moment within itself. And this isn't the biggest moment of this clip or this piece that took this shit probably 20, 30 million views, you know, across the internet from what I remember seeing. This isn't even the biggest piece, but it could have been. Look at the reaction right now. Jumping niggas, fuck that.
You remember that hotel hallway? Your soul probably still there. How was I in a handicap match? But it was Jacare that left in a wheelchair. Don't ask a question, because I don't mind taking it past aggression. Yo, Hitman, chill. You already taught an ass a lesson. Think Big T at a cookout. What that mean? No, I was coming back for second. Chill. Let me take it from here. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Ladies versus gents, right? You see how I say his name and he just jump in the ring? Every bar felt like you put the gun in your frame because we one in the same. John, what the fuck you doing? Shit, I thought we was running the train.
Look at Shuni. Look at Shuni's face. Shuni's like, even her friends are stuck. Look at Shuni. Shuni was like, incredible.
Running the train.
Look at Shuni face. This was the ladies and gents event, and at that very moment, ladies, y'all lost. That's also the card that had Old Red versus Shuni, which is a crazy battle. But you see what I mean? I remember. I get it. I'm not a battle rapper, but you know, we're looking at how some of these things hit or miss. Let's go back to one that is more controversial. Let's go back to one that has paperwork in it. Let's go back to one that is telling stories and heavy personal angles. And let's see how much y'all like the punching or the roller coaster drops or the climaxes within it. From an execution standpoint, let me know how y'all rock with it. Let's go to this round. Math Hoffa, Hollow the Don. And mind you, Hollow the Don is one of those guys that carries some of that nostalgia armor as well. Not like Mook and Lux do, but he's one of them that carries that around, right?
Oh, man. Are you Hollow the Don, the entrepreneur making moves for the betterment? Or are you a disloyal snake guilty of grand larceny and embezzlement? Let's talk about it.
He's an embezzler.
I'd like to introduce y'all. He ain't got this. Hold on. I'd like to introduce y'all to Robin Duck. These are the co-owners of LON, the investors that helped start it up. Oh. Now the irony of all this stuff. Wait. Hold on. No. Now the irony of all this stuff, is Robin Duck are two niggas that believed in Hollow before he robbed and ducked. See, Hollow was running the company. Hollow was running the company, but he was fucking shit up. Not paying taxes, just running them up. So Rob started checking the books, thinking something was up. First thing that he discovers is what? It seems Hollow's cut wasn't enough. This fuckboy was stealing from his partners, trying to cover it up. Let's play.
Hey, how do y'all feel about Math bringing the two people Rob and Duck on stage? Does it add to the impact of this round, of them standing there like this? And mind you, he's about to make another one of my points here. He's going to go into a swear to God. Not just telling the story, but the swear to God is very prominent in battle rap. Let's play swear to God. The battle rap fans connect with that. So it brings up a good roller coaster drop, right? Mav crafted this ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie.
Swear to God, Hollow.
Yo, chill.
Entourage, my nigga, please.
Chill. Come on back.
Got you, bro. Like 8 niggas on here.
No.
You heard that little ad lib, right?
Need the paper.
3 niggas.
So you see what's up?
He's tight.
There goes his cousin.
Yeah, he's tight.
Look at his cousin.
Cool.
His cousin.
He's tight. Yeah. Talking about emotions. Woo. This nigga right here. Let's play swear to God, Hollow. Yo, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Keep it. Come on, son. Come on, son.
All right, let him finish it. Nobody.
All right.
A lot going on
Let's play
stage.
swear to God, Hollow. Swear to God that Audi that you love to brag about didn't come from Rob. Swear to God that you're not a thief. Swear to God that you're not a rat. Swear to God that ain't your signature on this paperwork saying you stole and you paying back. Swear to God this ain't the facts. You like to talk like you making money? Well, that's cool. If none of this is true, take these papers from me.
Oh, he's getting served?
Okay.
By the way, Hollow had the absolute best you could have reaction to this whole round. Standing still and not giving any additional energy or reaction to this round. That's the best you can do. You know, like Hollow does make a mistake like that in Mook as he continues to like smile or point at the crowd. That's not good. That's not good. You know, so this is the best you can do. You know, and technically, legally, I do believe that was really a real serving that Math was trying to do right there. Like if you take that paper on camera, you are officially served. You know, I do believe that. Here's another crazy one, people. Think about this. Wow. It's my first time ever realizing this. I bet you me or nobody in the chat can tell you a single sentence or a single thing that's said on that paperwork. That's crazy. I never thought about that. I have him. I remember he threw him in front of the crowd and Avo picked him up down there with the cameras or whatever. And he gave it to me like, yo, and I have him somewhere in my storage room or something. Never read him. I never went online and looked it up or nothing. Never investigated it. The round makes you believe it all without even reading it. Now that I think about it, never read a sentence of this shit, and neither have y'all. Now we know also that, you know, the situation is real because there was like footage of them, you know, Rob and Duck or whatever, and Hollow in court together and everything. So, and we've seen Hollow talk about the LOM clothing line after this, and it was absolutely real stuff legally that was going on. So we got those validations without having to read it. But in the midst of this third round, when people are connecting, nobody read this shit. Nobody. So that shows us that it can go either way. You could win with something as heavy as paperwork exposure without even making people read it, or you can lose, you know, or hurt yourself if it's not crafted in a way like, let's say, with Big K that makes people go read it. Because everybody, how many times I gotta say, the building gave Adi Boom that win. It was the snowball effect of people following up and going to read the paperwork after. Big K made people want to go read it. All right. So I have 2 examples on the RBE channel when it doesn't matter to read it or it does matter to read it. That's crazy. That's crazy. You gotta be a student of this shit, man. You do.
Okay. Hold on. We'll just say today you've been served. We'll just say today you've been served. Hold on. I ain't done yet. For months, you talking about you elevated, nigga. How you elevated, nigga? Look how you living, nigga. Yo. We'll just say, hold on. We'll just say, come on, let me finish.
It's a similar shot when you think about it, right? That is being attempted on stage. Like when you see Holla say, the whole lead up is how he is a changed man, Mook. And Math is doing the same thing here with Hollow. He's saying this whole time you're telling people how you elevated, but look how you living. Similar shit. Wow.
Let me finish. Talk. Let's just say today you've been served. The first time you stole from them, you gave them your word that you would pay it back, so they told you only scrape up a third. But that was a mistake because they let you out of the trap. They didn't realize they was housing a rat. You knew where the cheese was and you knew how to come back. So when the company started doing good, making mountains of stacks, Hollow turned Thanos and cleaned out the accounts with a snap. What the fuck? Nigga, how you rob and duck? If you'd have stole 50,000 from me, nigga, you'd be more than fucked up. But this is what you talking about? I'm mad at your elevation. You out here stealing from niggas with families, and what? It's a celebration? You didn't even think about the safety of Lennon. Because if you'd have stole with me and I couldn't find you, that's the next place that we heading. So Rob got mad. He just wanted to pop on him. He went to Florida, pulled up to his crib and got the drop on him. Hollow ran, left his son and his mom's to take a shot for him. Then he called up talking tough, telling Rob to have his Glock on him. And then what you do after that, bitch nigga? You call the cops on him. What happened to you, man? What happened to you, bro?
Did you hear the girl in the crowd just scream, "Pick your head up, nigga"? Oh my God. That means that the vibe and the energy, the way it's connecting in the building, let alone years to come on YouTube, is he's executing this right now. Oh, and he's got chapters to it. Like this, some people say, yo, you did a particular angle too long. It was too drawn out. Math took this angle for about 5-6 minutes. From the point of when he actually brings Robin Duck on stage and then does the truth or dare and the serving of the papers and then going through these chapters of it. You call the cops, what happened to you? Then later on, he's going to get into talking about the LOM clothing and who really owns it now and whatever. He's doing it for like 5-6 minutes. So I'm just a fan of this shit. And I'm a critic and I'm an analyst of this shit. And I see the times where it's just like, we'll say, you did it too long. Did Math? No. You did it too short. Did Big K? No. People read it. Did they read it with Math? No. Did they read it with K? Yes. Like, and if I knew by heart the Tay Rock and the Kid Slade one, I'd probably mix in some of those points to this as well. But damn, man, it's how it's all put together, how the fans connect to it. Yeah.
You doing all this fronting. Turns out you ain't loyal to nothing. But loyalty over money, that ain't a brand you should rep, nigga. You foo-foo, but it's cool, dude. Because guess who's the newest partner with you, too? I like that. Yeah, nigga.
And he's wearing it. That's crazy.
I'm making it mine. You ain't see the other papers I signed. So everything that you're doing now, all the money that you're making is fine. But after that court date, make sure you make my payments on time. And while you standing here trying to get it all straight in your mind, yo, these niggas broke out.
Right.
We already collaborated. Y'all could go check out LOM's latest design. But wait, it's hidden label clothing.
Another
right?
Angle
With
within
Mike
it.
Zombie.
Another one.
Who put the bread in, nigga? Okay, you went from pushing loyalty to a hidden agenda. I get it, nigga. Hey, yo, Mike, if you watching, check your accounts and your credit, nigga. Because chances are he's only working with Zombie because he's so used to deading niggas. Look, Hollow, this is what you're going to do, right? You're going to give them hardworking brothers back their money and save your life. As far as our relationship goes, if you want to make it right, there's two things you could do. Give me Disaster's home address and tell your sister come to my crib so she could take this pipe. Other than that, don't be worried what I got on, but if you is worried, LOMClothingStore.com. Powerful.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Pearly Gate Street. Yo, I'm gonna turn me up. Check. Check, yo. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you, everybody on the stream. I appreciate y'all support. Yo, real quick before y'all leave, if y'all fuck with this card, y'all fuck with this event, make some noise, y'all. What's up?
This is why we love battle rap, man. Put these cards together. The location, the production, the audio, the crowd, the opponent, the construction of your rounds, the placement, the timing, the punches, the sellability, the believability, the creativity, all of this shit, the nostalgia. You put all this together and you have to look at every single one of those elements to possibly change the outcome. It ain't straightforward. It ain't, let me take what's on my pad versus your pad. No. Thank you, homie. Another one that I got recently last weekend while we was away. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's my first time seeing that one, so I grabbed that one. All right. Y'all ready to move on? We done with battle rap? I do see some of y'all in the chat. Where's Capo? People say I should bring people up more during these chats. Capo, if you are here, let me see. Do I see Capo in here? Because I would bring him up for a quick 2 seconds before we transition and get his feedback on Lux versus Twork. Is Capo in here? I'm gonna move on in like 20 seconds. Capo, you here? Good morning, Cal. I see you. Good morning, Nikita. Good morning, Sniper. Little Monster, what up? Between Rounds TV, I see you. I see my members in the building. J-Main 34, I see you. Cotton, I see you. Don Bean, I see you. Two Clean Johns, I think I saw you, right? I think I saw Jay earlier. Is Capo here? I don't see you dropping in the chat real quick. Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, yeah, work. I forget. I was gonna send you the link real quick to have you come in and give like a little quick 30-second breakdown of Lux and Twork. Because I know we were DMing about it yesterday as well. All right, shout out to Capo. God the Brand is in here as well. Shout out to the members in the building. Shout out to the whole chat. Don Potter, our members here. Members is here. All right, let's move on. All right, let's get off battle rap. Let's get off battle rap. Dave Dash, apology, huh? Was I spot the fuck on with my take about his demand letter suing Cam for $100 million? All right, let's see what he says first.
So, I'm sitting here on the dock looking at the view, and I'm thinking, like, why am I beefing with Cam? And the only reason why is because I just never got to talk to him. He publicly said he wasn't going to talk to me, but almost every OG from Harlem and everyone I respect is like, yo, cut this shit. It's embarrassing. So, you know, Daniel spoke to Cam and we could resolve this. I just want to talk to him and it's over. And if you need to, you know, because we can't publicly have us as black people beefing with each other. That's just what they want. They use us to tear each other down. They don't do it. We do it to ourselves, but they usually pay us to do it. And I'm not going to get caught up in that. So I'd prefer to squash this. I want to apologize to Harlem because I know this was embarrassing for Harlem. And I'm man enough, but you know, the thing is, in Harlem, we deal with things different. It also comes with violence. And I can't be violent and I won't be violent. And I don't want any of my friends to be violent. My job is to keep them out of jail. So the only way I can deal with things, to keep certain things out of the algorithm, is to answer as soon as somebody says something. And my version of violence is just lawsuits. If I could take it to the streets, I would, but we can't. And the Italian Godfather, part 2, he killed his brother. The black Godfather don't kill his brother. He teaches his brother. So again, if y'all want to sit down and work it out, I don't even want to be a part of that project that y'all doing. I don't really understand what it is, but I feel like 50, Cam, me, if together we show that we could be beefing, pause, and then come together and maybe do a TV show together, something different, or a movie or something, just showing the world that we can work together, then we would prove everyone wrong. They love us tearing each other down, and I'm not doing that shit. And I apologize to my OGs for embarrassing you. But I just wanted to talk to him. And he finally talked to, you know, he finally replied when I hit him with the lawsuit. And I was like, nah, now go talk to Daniel. And if you want to, Daniel, if you want, please arrange us to have a sit down. You know, you can bring who you want. And also 50, you're invited too. But instead of us talking about each other on fucking social media like clowns, let's sit down and talk like real men. Let's take this off the street. The street right now is the internet, and this shit is corny. So I don't want to fight with y'all no more. Now, I heart, that's different. And Revolt, Batavio, same thing. You stopped replying to me 2 days before I went to the Breakfast Club, but I don't work for you. I am the chairman. When I'm on Revolt with my content, I'm the chairman because I don't talk to your staff. I talk to mine, which I have. I'm the chairman of America New when it's on Revolt. So to me, if the Breakfast, I won't get into it, but we can have a sit down too because I'm not going to stop legally. I'm going to respond. That's what I didn't do before. And this is what I've learned. This is the only way I can fight. But you're not going to line me up and set me up. So you can come to the conversation as well. Bring who you want. Charlamagne, you're not invited. I need real men, pause, masculine. We need to speak like masculine men in each other's eyes and deal with all those problems. So I'm still, if y'all coming at me, pause, I'm going to always hit back. But I'd rather squash this, pause. And please don't take my grace as weakness. We're in front of a lot of people, and this is not the right example. Later.
Show the view. Got to get the view in there. That's right. Make sure y'all look how I'm living, y'all. Hey, DJ Evie, post your view. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they believe that I'm good. All right. I do have a good and a bad take to this apology, but now not you, Charlamagne, and not you, this guy from Revolt, whatever, not you. You're not invited. You are. You're cool. Fuck you. But I have a good and a bad reaction to this. Let's go to the bad first, okay? I'm trying to remember all the things that was flashing through my mind as he was talking right there. It was like 10 different points. Do my best. How about I start here? Dame, don't use any blame game towards your OGs. Don't use a crutch towards your OGs. Don't tell me this is why because of your OGs at this point, because the internet, right? I'll use the internet, right? Not me personally. I'm too old, but the internet, these youngins out here, they're supposed to be looking at you as the OG. I believe they say Dame is like 55 years old, right? If you at this point in life can't conduct yourself in a business like, in a tactical, in a right manner at 55, then you can't teach that dog any new tricks, right? Ain't no people above you in your 70s supposed to be calling you and saying this looks bad for Harlem. You are supposed to be the person that people go to and say, how do we handle this at 55 years old? I don't listen to somebody that's saying that. I don't know if that's a half of a cop out or if you really mean that. If you really mean that, then it shows that to me, you're not reliable in OG type of ways. You're not reliable then. You're exposing yourself for that then. I'm supposed to look at you as a kid still then? Because if you need to get advice of when to not sue Cameron for $100 million, okay? The violence thing that you're putting in there as well. People always want to throw that little reminder out there that I can, but I won't. I think that within itself is a little immature, right? That's when you just want people to know, like, I can get a win out here, but I'm not gonna. Dame can make phone calls. Dame is connected. Dame has friends. Dame probably has a couple gangsters in his phone. I don't sleep on no nigga. I don't sleep on weak niggas, right? Dame is Dame, okay? I believe that. But having to put that out there is like a form of insecurity to me. You know, that's just my psychological little breakdown and analysis when people do that. All right, like this could go street, but I'm not gonna. And by the way, here's number 3. By the way, instead of the street, I go court. No, it's not supposed to be an option of like, well, damn, I really want to kill Cam or possibly go to the street behind this type of shit because he's disrespecting me. He tried to get in touch with my son or whatever, but I can't do that, so I'm gonna call a lawyer. There's not supposed to be like just 2 options. Like there's another option as well, like which is walk away. Right? That keeps a lot of people out of jail, out of court, out of the grave. There is the option of what this is an OG talking to an OG. Okay. There is an option of walking away, but he has to stay there because this battle is important to his reputation and his continued work. Now let's go into the continued work because you showed us that right here. It's not about being right. It's not about being wrong. Just the same thing you did with 50 when your teeth fell out on accident. You were trying to engage content, attraction, business. Hey, 50, let's both drop on the same day. Here you go, fast forward. Hey, Cam. Hey, 50. I know we're going back and forth. I know y'all don't fuck with me. I know y'all don't even want to pick up my phone calls or answer my text messages. But let's get together and do a show together. Not that paid in full one. He didn't say the words paid in full. Not that other project y'all got. I don't know what that's about. But let's show the people that we can do something to come together. The first step wouldn't even be me putting that out there publicly, even if it was my intentions. The first step would be me just trying to get with these guys and show the world that we good, we cool, we handshaking, we next to each other, we all right. You know what always kind of looks fake? For example, if we see I want to use a serious one. I'll use Big and Pac. All right. If we see the back and forth between them, the who shotches and the hit 'em ups and the Source Awards, and we feel like this is serious. Like, let's keep these guys away from each other. Right? This looks like it can go left. Okay. And then they pop up in a commercial together, doing a co-venture on a fucking movie. We're like, can we get a reverse first? Like, how did you guys even get here? You know, like the genuine optics is that we as men, as you say, black men, I'm with you on that. We could put this down. We can shake hands. We cool. From an optics standpoint, you don't just go straight to the let's make money. Can I get in a deal with y'all? Can we do a show together? That's supposed to come after. Let's see Nas and Jay-Z shake hands, do an interview together with Swave, and then partner for some type of musical business venture. That's the order of genuine nature. All right. But when you go straight to, in my same apology video, offering an extension for us to do a movie together or a show together, I have to question your true motive, your true ambition, which seems to be like it's always been the case. Opportunity. And there's nothing wrong. Chase your bag. Get to your bag, especially if allegedly you need it now more than ever. Get your bag. But there's a I'm not going to keep ranting about how I could be PR in this situation. Okay. Actually, I could keep going on that. It's going to continue on the negative side. And I want to get to the positive side. All right. Let me stop there. I got way more, but let me stop there. The positive side of this Dame, I don't want to be the guy that preaches on the internet or in front of my podcast that we can't accept apologies from each other. Okay. That's important. I don't like some of the motives that come across in that video. But if you really are trying to stop this, not necessarily because you lost or you want to get some money with niggas, but you just want to purely in your heart, you really believe me going back and forth with somebody I got so much history with, like Cameron, or a man that I respect, like 50 Cent, for whatever reason. Let me stop this shit as a black man. Let me put this shit down. Not because my OGs called me, not because this looks bad for Harlem. I believe in my heart we shouldn't be doing this shit. Then I fully support an apology or a retraction or laying down of the flag, because sometimes you have to have enough ego taken off the table to realize like this is counterproductive for both of us. Maybe not as much for you, but it's not super productive. I'm pretty sure there's better things that you could do with your time, Cameron and 50, rather than have this online war with me. And I know y'all making money off of it, right? But we don't have to be doing this. It's hurting me more than it's hurting y'all, but we don't have to. You know, so the ego coming off the board and laying down the flag, because sometimes it's just about who lays down the flag first. Ego, man-to-man testosterone and competition, and fuck that. I ain't taking no losses out here. It gets us in a lot of problems of not being able to just sort things out and stop it, or somebody taking that initial. And we didn't believe your demand letter. We didn't believe in your demand letter. And I told y'all on stream, depending on how you view my opinions on snitching, if you partake in something and then you use authorities when it doesn't go your way, that's a rat. That's ratting. Like, Dame, you were playing in that direction by acting like you want to sue Cam after going back and forth with him and dropping stories and exposing him, devaluing him, or saying shit about him that was defamatory. Okay, you can't partake then. If you have an issue with somebody saying about you and you want to sue, just go straight to your lawyer. Don't partake in it. Lose, have your fuck yous, you did this or whatever. That's the Verb shit. Like I said, Verb literally on his Twitter or in some of his spaces saying ARP forced some battle rap girl to be or do something, whatever. That, if that ain't defamation, I don't know what the fuck is. You know how we be feeling about, you know, sexual harassment, sexual assault, R-ing, kid related stuff. He said that about me. I didn't call no lawyer behind it. I said, okay, I got some stuff to say about you. You know, it's bitch shit to really, and rat shit. And that's why I did that video. I said, Averb's a rat. He's a rat for that. You know, you don't involve yourself in something and then go to any form of authority when it doesn't go your way. So that's another reason why, Dame, I'm glad you're retracting from this stupid ass demand letter versus Cam. But let me stay positive. Come on, damn, I'm backsliding. It's a good look, Dame, to say I'm not on it like that with Cam. That's a good look. All right. And I feel like if I keep talking, it's going to come off more negative than positive. I'd rather end on a positive note. Shout out to Dame for that. Respect that. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's go to AB, Adrian Broner. So he has some footage that dropped that's going viral, right? It's not a good look at all. Let's take a look. And then I got some further breakdown for y'all. Video surfaces of Adrian Broner allegedly caught trying to run out on a $2,000 restaurant tab. You'll get the money tomorrow. Okay.
We can do a party for free, cool.
But how is he gonna get this money though?
He gonna get it back, man. Can we do a party?
Why am I bleeding, bro?
Well, because we got to square this up tonight.
Need mines now. Fuck that, you go away and then I can't find you shit.
Y'all taking me away.
Looks like there's a cops in there.
No,
Baby, you don't want, bro.
You're not from there.
You ain't working on it, bro.
I know you can't.
Good advice. Good advice.
I ain't did.
Keep around.
You
Help
You'll
me.
get some money.
I don't know what
Tomorrow.
Did y'all order anything from me?
Hey, yo. Pay for this. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm right here at the front door.
He's even admitting it in front of the cops that he owes somebody money. He said, "I'll give it to you tomorrow. I'll give you your money tomorrow." There's cops standing behind him. I like that whoever's around him telling him in the midst of this, man, come on, man, you don't want to go to jail. Come on, man. Because AB already mentioned, y'all gonna take me in. You gotta have good people around you, especially if you're like the Kodak Blacks of the world, allegedly the ABs of the world. You gotta have good friends around you that are not yes men that tell you like, "Hey man, come on, let's get the fuck up out of here. Hey man, calm down. Hey man, don't do that. Hey, it's not worth it." So there's all of these elements in this video.
Yeah.
He didn't even make that today.
Bro, I don't have that. Bro, what are you talking about? You AB, bro.
Yeah, that's what he makes in 2 weeks, bro.
Right, he didn't make that in one night.
Whenever y'all ready to arrest, yeah, we can do a party for free. Cool.
But how is he gonna get this money though?
He gonna get it back, man. Can we do a party or something?
Why am I bleeding, bro?
No, because we got to square this up tonight.
Here y'all go.
That's like promotions, bro.
That's all I can give.
The stumbling looks crazy, AB. And the slurred talking looks crazy.
If y'all don't want it, take it back. What that is?
It's 40, bro.
It's 2. Damn, let's get them some money, man. They showed us some hospitality to the max. Nah.
Damn, cops is back there closing, locking the doors and shit. Damn. The
Give
fuck?
it to him.
Oh, a security guard or something?
That is all I can give. Well,
Yo, you know, it better not be less than the 2,000 or the 2,200 that's being talked about. And you pull out the knot of money, you give half of the knot, and then you say the words to niggas' faces. That's all I can give you. That is some next Yo! Imagine you owe somebody money. He pulls out the knot, thumbs it. This is I'm gonna get you sucker right in front of your face. I know if y'all go all the way back there, y'all know what scene I'm talking about with Chris Rock. He thumbs the money, passes him a piece of it, and says, "That's all I can give you." Nigga, it's right there. How much for one red? Oh shit. Please know what I'm talking about when I say shit like that, people. Please reference with me.
You done the recording, bro.
Here they are.
I fucked up my life.
I ain't gonna lie. Since we've been out here, man, ain't nobody charged us to come through and kick and give us.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't do this, bro. I would have stayed here until he shot me, bro. Here y'all go.
That's like promotions, bro.
That's all I can give. If y'all don't want it, take it back. What that is?
What that is? That's $40. It's sad to see, man, this talented. That's like what Cam was talking about. And Cam was even throwing a little olive branch saying that AB is not just a very talented fighter from his heyday, but his personality, you know, is people will gravitate towards you for one reason or another. He could be on camera. He could be podcasting right now. He could be doing content. He could be making people laugh. You know, I see he does like little videos sometimes on like his social media. It's funny shit, you know, but you have to have yourself in order. All right, so in the background, I picked up known arrests and legal incidents involving Adrian Broner, right? And this is such a track record of just this type of behavior where you can't be shocked. 2016, felony assault and aggravated robbery, something that went down in Ohio, and it said tied to an incident outside of a bowling alley where Broner allegedly roughed up a man, knocked him unconscious, robbed him of $12,000. Broner later turned himself in. Right. I'm going to say allegedly for everything that we're reading right now. April 2016, jail for probation violation, reckless driving, DUI related. This was in Ohio. He was sentenced to about 10 days in jail. 2017, April. What's this thing about April? Like, arrest on open warrant crossing state lines in a bullet-ridden SUV. Public intoxication, disorderly conduct warrant from 2014. Wow. Kentucky. This was in Kentucky after being stopped in this bullet-ridden SUV, then booked on an old warrant as well. So he's riding dirty, allegedly. But shit, we started these charges in 2016. We don't even got the stuff in front of us from the warrant from 2014. Already, we're over 10 years of arrest history here. 2017, again, battery and a fight with a fan. So in Las Vegas, an incident reported that was also caught on video of Broner knocking out a heckling fan. A summons was issued, but reportedly failed because it could not be delivered. All right, 2018, February, misdemeanor sexual battery. Atlanta, Georgia, accused of groping a woman at Lenox Mall, released later on bond. So I don't even know the conclusion of that. 2020 in March, another DUI, driving under the influence. We know this was in Miami, Florida, arrested for a DUI, bond was set at $1,000. 2021 in October, arrest on outstanding warrant, probation violation, Covington, Kentucky. That one happened. Another probation violations of multiple and different court dates. Broner has multiple issues, failing to appear, missing programs, missing requirements, etc., which led to warrants, jail time, extensions of probation, and many fines. And that doesn't even have all the breakdown of that's just saying multiples of that. Other related legal outcomes. Broner was ordered to pay over $830,000 in a civil case involving sexual assault stemming from an incident in Cleveland, Ohio nightclub in June of 2018. Now, if I go back up to the other one that says misdemeanor sexual battery, that says February 2018. So this one that says June 2018, where he settles for $830, it could be the same thing. It could be that charge comes or that suit comes in February of 2018, and then he settles and gives up $830 in June. Could be the case, could be separate incidents. I'm not sure here. All right. The last thing that we'll read is he has been jailed for probation violations, including Ohio, for failing to enroll in court-mandated programs of alcohol treatment, among other conditions. And I'm still going to say allegedly for all of that. Okay? But when you read that, we see some of these problem childs in the world, right? Allegedly. People that God has given all different types of talent to, musically, acting wise. Delonte West stays in front of cameras. People are always pulling up on him. Why? Because it's a story of this man made it to the top of the mountain, the NBA. Hell, my son wants to go to the NBA. You know, every kid that plays basketball at some point might have ambitions of playing professionally. The NBA. Now, I know, depending on who you ask, some people might say, you know, that situation allegedly with LeBron's mom, and I don't get in trouble for saying it. Allegedly. But LeBron ain't responsible, allegedly, for Delonte West being out there looking drunk and high and abusing drugs and all that. He's not responsible for that. Even if he was involved, allegedly, of you getting kicked off the team, allegedly. Shit, we done seen worse. People still get picked up on different teams. Karl Malone was still inducted to the Hall of Fame. I can go on all these examples. Point being, man, you're ultimately always responsible for yourself. The people around you may or may not be helping you. But when you have a track record like that, we just got to accept that there's sometimes these people that have these God-given gifts, boxing, singing, athletic, basketball, football, and those stories will come up. They still talking about y'all in checks and balances chat. Somebody just sent in an alleged video of Whitney Houston with her back turned to the crowd, taking a bump before she turns around and starts singing, allegedly. It just is what it is. Okay, it just is what it is. Some of your all-time greats will have their demons. All right. I don't see AB ever getting back to the top of the mountain with boxing. I mean, he's aged. There's a certain amount of responsibility and conditioning and maintenance that you have to do to stay in that top bracket physically. Like LeBron spends how much money on his body. It's not just he's genetically gifted, but it's also not a mistake based on how he carries himself, how he eats, how he trains, how he spends his off seasons. You know, it's not a mistake for him to be playing this long, other than his genetics. The work ethic and how you move comes alongside of it. AB is out here with the big guts, the alleged drinking, alleged drugging, you know, and all the gambling and that type of lifestyle. You're just a person that does that for years after boxing at the top level. Rarely just make a 180 and be able to come back and get to the peak. Could he get in the ring in some of these like these situations that we see where he just fights some random exhibition and they make a spectacle out of it, or Jake Paul or some shit? Like, yeah, you know, there's probably still money out there for him to grab, but then you also got to turn on, not turn off, these sponsors and people that's willing to invest in you. You know, will you get locked up before the event date comes up? People really got to look at that shit. And you're killing yourself. You're killing your opportunities. You're killing your reputation. And God forbid you kill yourself along the way. You're literally in that video talking about, I was going to stay here till they shoot me. Think about it, man. Like, some of these situations are deadly. I don't know how much more dramatic to make it. Proof is in the pudding of the video. All right. All right. I'm bringing this one up real quick because if y'all know me, yeah, I will take my positions where I say, yeah, I don't fuck with Kanye. Yeah, I don't fuck with Charlie Kirk. Yeah, I don't fuck with this person. I don't fuck with that. I don't like this. Sukiyana, leave her over there. You know? But I do try to be as consistent as possible as looking at both sides of the coin. Okay. I had a stream probably earlier this year, maybe last year. We was talking about Black Lives Matter. Right. I know that Black Lives Matter as a company or even the movement behind it and some of the people's behind it, I know it's not clean. Right. The reason why I take issue with people degrading Black Lives Matter, even Black people, because there was another video I was going to bring up of Kanye West that recently went around. He's in a studio and they asked why he didn't like a particular Pusha T verse. And he was like, I'm over here talking about all this other stuff. And then you come on with this Black Lives Matter stuff. Black Lives Matter is bullshit. That's like some devil shit or whatever. I was like what Kanye said, responding to the Pusha T verse. Now, the Black Lives Matter, especially things ramping up after George Floyd passed. Mods, get ready. You know, actually, it's not going to be that bad today. It's not. It's going to be shorter than y'all think. So the Black Lives Matter movement, for me, why it matters, the progression of not just Black people, but this country of looking at things with equality. Now, you're going to have people that's going to argue and say, how could it be equality if it's Black Lives Matter? Shouldn't it just be all lives matter? Don't forget the catalyst to that whole movement beginning, other than the pieces of shit behind the scenes that may or may not allegedly be scamming or stealing money. But remember, we just kept having, it felt like police brutality situation after situation after situation after situation after situation. Okay? And when we look into these situations, America knows, America sees it, that these people are getting a bad deal by the ones that are here to protect us. And it's looking kind of alarming, you know, right in front of our face. It's alarming. And it's been like that forever. We just needed everybody to wake up and get on the same page. It's been like that forever. But the Black Lives Matter movement, why it was always important to me, the generations to come. So the generations before me and before us, think of like our grandparents and our grandparents' parents, those people that really lived through way more violent and impactful racial times, even all the way back through slavery times. Okay. These moments that, whether it's fake, whether it's optics, whether it's business, either way, when it's put out there and it's something to progress the Black man and the Black woman's plight in America, given America's history, as a Black man, I don't know how y'all white folks feel, but as a Black man, it's just like, yes, more steps forward, regardless of what's underneath it, because the optics of it matter for the influence of everybody that's in the generations to come. So when you watch the NBA in the bubble and the side of the court The whole side, from one side to the other, has these bold letters that says Black Lives Matter across the whole court. I'm very happy that my son, my daughter, our children, white, black, brown, Asian, I'm glad that people can see that, right? Because the overtone and the racist and the systemic oppression that is built into our society and is in our country, you'd be naive, you'd be racist, or you'd be dumb as shit to act like it's not there. So I like how Black Lives Matter does that. The progressional steps, okay? No different than, like, let's say a black man being elected. Do I trust any president? No, I don't trust no Barack. I don't trust any politician. But the optics of it, I think, progressionally makes steps in society and in our history that further push equality and how people treat each other. That's some of the reasons why, to me, Black Lives Matter, or even, like, let's say, affirmative action helps or is good. There are opportunities, unfortunately, for people to focus on the negative, right? And I can't be mad at them for that either. So this one right here, BLM activist Monica Cannon Grant pleads guilty to 27 counts of fraud.
Boston community activist who faces federal fraud charges is asking a judge to schedule a change of plea hearing. Monica Cannon Grant and her husband Clark Grant founded the nonprofit called Violence in Boston. It had the mission to reduce violence and raise social awareness in Boston. Well, they're accused of defrauding the nonprofit and its donors. Boston community activist who faces federal.
So that's our summary. That's all we really needed. Here's one thing that I just want to make sure that people don't forget. Does this make Black Lives Matter look bad? Absolutely. 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 Charlie Kirk would run with this right here. He would Candace Owens, like those people, many people would be very outspoken about pleading guilty to 27 counts of fraud tied to funding of Black Lives Matter. Here's just my reminder, and I'm not trying to justify it at all. I don't think that's because it's a black thing or a white thing or an affirmative action thing or a Black Lives Matter thing. I think the moment you put money on the table, you can corrupt. And it's just a sad reality. To me, that is the root of all evil. Money. It's always the fucking case. Here's one of the biggest examples in our history, to me personally. I apologize if you disagree. I'm not here to offend anybody. I'm trying to say this as respectful as possible. Your local pastors, all right? All of them that are driving these luxury cars. Ain't nothing wrong with driving luxury cars, but and taking a piece here and extending their house or paying some of their bills or hiring their friends, right? What percentage of pastors aren't touching some of that money and using it for things other than what you think it should be 1000% intended for, this untaxed church money, right? So as much as we can say Black Lives Matter as a movement tainted by thieves, how about my religion tainted by thieves? No? That's why I stopped going to church. I saw too much. Rather be a spiritual person than a religious person, because these alleged prophets that's in front of me, I can't trust none of them. The same way I don't trust presidents and politicians. If I can't trust you, I don't want you to lead me. I don't want you to lead me. All right? And I told y'all stories too of catching my pastor sliding off on his wife. I seen that. I walked up in the restaurant on a Valentine's Day with mine, and he's in there. Yeah. Oh, okay. Remember the scene in Booty Call with Tommy Davidson and JB Fox, where Bernie Mac as the pastor walks in and he's berated them for being out that early during the devil's house, and his little prostitute walks in. Oh shit. Art imitates reality. It's true. It's true. And the Charlie Kirks of the world are very religious, right? It's one of the reasons you don't believe in abortion and what. I don't need to go down that road right now for today's stream. But how much do you want me to forget that religion is pushed by many, many, many thieves? How much do you want me to forget that, yet go to hell and back, no pun intended, by focusing on people that misuse fundings towards what are supposed to be good causes like a Black Lives Matter? And that's why I say the way that I am is I have my own reasons why I can see value in a movement of like a Black Lives Matter. I could also see, to be fair, value in religion. I can see certain values. Do unto thy neighbor. Don't kill the next man. Don't steal. Don't covet the next man's wife. Oh no, there's a lot of beautiful things in religion or in those books or in that come out of those pastors' mouths, right? But there's also a lot of them that's dipping off some of those funds. And anywhere in this, I guess this is what the point I'm trying to make. I don't care if you're the government. I don't care if you're Black Lives Matter. I don't care if you're the church on the corner. Anywhere where you start to pull up a good amount of significant money, you can create or you can find corruption, period. Ooh, get around that take. Fuck y'all if y'all got a problem with it. All right. And here goes StreamYard's UI playing with me again. But I got some Candace Owens to play. Let me come to the chat real quick. Is anybody mad at me in the chat? Any people pissed off at me in the chat? I see a scary. I see a religion, house of the Lord versus den of thieves. Shout out to Tay Smith with the super says, money is not the root of evil. It just exposes who you are. I think when people say money is the root of all evil, it's somewhat metaphorically. Who the person is who the person is always, right? But it just so happens that I have a piece that's coming up next that shows how people change. Tay Smith, I want to ask you this because this opens up a small debate. Do you feel that people could really, really think that they are one way until there's money in front of them, right? Or I shouldn't say feel. Really, really are set and this is who I am as a person until there's money in front of them. Do you feel that? It's not just exposes who you are as if you always had a hidden agenda, right? I think it can change you, just like a lot of these snitches in the box, right? I think there's a lot of people that got arrested and they thought they was tough. They thought they was sturdy until they started leaning on you and you realize like, oh shit, I'm facing life. Or you spent 3 years in there, allegedly, just like the YMW Portland, right? Allegedly. Like, all right, I've been here for 3-4 years. It starts to Charleston, why you see him joking on Young Thug. He's like, give him another 30-60 days. He's going to crack sooner or later. He's not going to take this shit all the way to the end. He's been sitting there for a couple years. Nobody is going to mount up. It's painful. It's fucking painful, man. Like, I could do 3 hours of the tattoo, but now you want to take me to 9? Like, what the people tap out is the point that I'm making. Is like, you don't know that's even in your heart until you're there. And that's why so many people, side topic rant right here, not even a rant. Shout out to you, Tay. I appreciate this. That's why so many people, you know, they blindside themselves, you know, and it's like, yo, just don't get into it. Because when you see street niggas say, oh, y'all motherfuckers talk about snitching or stop snitching or wearing the t-shirts and being all a part of that, y'all never been through it. I understand what they mean by that, because they know that there are people that really think that they won't switch until they go through it. Then they don't even realize like, oh shit, I am willing to snitch, you know? So the point when I say money is the root of all evil, I'm just trying to say what the money causes, right? Because you're right when you say people do get exposed for who they truly are. But those are the people where it's actually in them dormant, where they're going to tell us, I would never stab my friend in the back. and then you bring the suitcase out. You say, well, here's $5 million. We stab him now, and be like, shit, I was just waiting for the suitcase, to be honest. That would prove your point, Tay Smith. My point is on the other side of the people that don't even know or really want to move like that until the opportunity is in front of them. Like, I do believe that you can set out to say, yo, I want to do this movement, this nonprofit movement. I don't got to say Black Lives Matter. This nonprofit movement, I want to talk about it. And then you start getting grants. You start getting people giving you donations. Some celebrity comes out and says, I love what you got going on, man. Here's $500,000. And at that point, you start to say, oh, shit, I do got this credit card bill that I'm still in debt of. Just like that, you know? So we're both right, Tay. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean, though, when I say money is the root of all evil. Candace Owens defends Jimmy Kimmel after his show was pulled off air, warning that using government as regulatory power to silence someone for what they said sets dangerous precedent. You surprised me with this one, Short. I ain't gonna lie.
Speak about Jimmy Kimmel because he has been pulled off air indefinitely over his comments in the aftermath of Charlie's assassination. So let's take a listen to what Jimmy Kimmel said on his show.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction.
I want to speak about Jimmy Kimmel because he has been pulled off air indefinitely over his comments in the aftermath.
Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
Okay, so that's what he said. Whether or not you think it was a insensitive joke, okay, I don't think that would have been the justification for saying that he now needs to donate to charity and lose his whole life. And this is what happened. He's taken off air, and some people are saying, hey, Candace, they did this to us. And you're not wrong, right? If you are on the right and you are saying that when the whole George Floyd thing happened, people lost their jobs for saying sensible things or making a joke, you are correct. Like, you are right to say, yes, that absolutely did happen. But if you're not recognizing that when you just flip the coin, it's the same people that are gaining more power.
Demolition.
For gaining more power. I just want the attacks on free speech to stop, okay? I want the reaction, if you're angry about what Jimmy Kimmel said, is for the free markets to take him out, right? He doesn't have a show because nobody's watching him anymore because they're so disgusted by what he said. That's what I want. I want us to be in control, right, of where we spend our dollars, of what we're saying, and not like the government to press a button and say, you lose everything because we don't like what you said. And it should be noted, by the way, that in the same monologue, he did call the murder senseless. The day that it happened, Jimmy Kimmel posted a message on Instagram, sending love to the Kirk family, to the victims of gun violence. He posted, instead of the angry finger pointing, can we just for one day agree that it's horrible and monstrous to shoot another person? On behalf of my family, we send love to the Kirks and to all the children, parents, and innocents who fall victim to senseless gun violence. You wouldn't have thought that he had posted that in terms of everyone that were just gaining more power. I just want the attacks on free speech to stop.
Well said. Well said. Well said. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to pick that apart because that was a good summary. And that is one of the overall points of Jimmy Kimmel being suspended. Okay. Freedom of speech will always be something that you can get in trouble for. If I come up here right now and I just say F word, or I say things about the LGBTQ community, or go after little people or people with mental issues, right? There's a lot of things. Hell, the baby. Oh, should I mention the baby in a second? Maybe I'll bring that up after this is closed out. The baby, right? Saying certain things to get your ass canceled, right? Freedom of speech doesn't mean that your ass won't get in trouble or lose your job. Now, if I get in trouble for saying certain things that I feel like should be protected by my freedom of speech and I lose my job behind it and I'm taking off my show and my YouTube channel gets closed down, I might call a lawyer. I might. It depends on, actually, I am going to call a lawyer 100%. I'm going to see what the lawyer tells me. You know, I might call multiple lawyers and get multiple opinions on what do you think about this situation? All right. And that really is the whole full focus there. You know, what made it even more amplified is Trump, and many examples are out there of Jimmy Kimmel, you know, saying what he said or his joke, and how we've seen that happen on the other sides. And we didn't see this type of reaction, you know, and it just feels like Trump is pushing buttons and invoking power that steps on our liberties. Okay? So if you are for freedom of speech, you got to play it on both sides. You can't say only when it's going against the left or going against the right. No, it has to be across the board. And that is the point that Candace Owens just made. And I respect her for that. All right. Before I move on to this next little small pieces, because we're almost at the finish line. Let me just jump back to that the baby thing real quick, because we played the video the other day and I said I don't see the problem, but I will play it with the audio and the lyrics after. I didn't want to play the video up here and get us clipped. I see where the problem is now, people. I do. Because on that one listen that I played, I don't really hear any lyrics about the situation. You know, that disgusting moment of that piece of shit taking that woman's life on that train. I don't hear any lyrics about that, really. You know? So if you're going to take time to recreate that disgusting situation, that very visible and high profile situation that the whole world is looking at, you know, it should be a full dedication. Like the lyrics should be coinciding with the fact that you are sympathetic and you feel like this is disgusting. Like if you come out and you make a "We Are the World" song and the lyrics are, hey, like let's say George Floyd dies, right? And you're a white man that comes out and you do a "We Are the World, We Are the Children" song, nobody's going to be mad at you. People's going to say, this is dope. Thank you. You know, shout out to Michael Jackson for that. You know, that's what's going to happen. But if I got the visuals of the George Floyd knee and, you know, and the lyrics is like, yeah, because, you know, when I be bobbing and bobbing, I jump at the club and I spend $50,000, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? Huh? Huge misfire. And that's probably why people are all in the chat saying, yo, ARP, you gotta go listen to the lyrics, not just watch the video or the visual. So I get it. I see Jay saying speed up so you don't get clipped. So I do see what happened yesterday. Yesterday, the Jon Stewart video is what clipped us. All right. And the video was down after the stream for a while. We was able to come back on stream and finish the live. I don't know how that works on YouTube, but you know, after a while, after like 10 minutes or so after the live was done, the video came down and I took that piece out to bring the video back up. You know, so we can say it was Trump or Charlie Kirk related. I don't think so. I'm not going to jump out the window. I think it was the nature of Jon Stewart's protective content. That's what I hope it was. Okay? I hope. Well, now that we done went through our political segment, Jay is saying, hurry up. They're going to be on our heels again. All right, let me try to move just in case. Are we that scared of shit? Maybe in these sides, you never know. All right, this is going to tie into what we were saying about the Black Lives Matter topic and using pastors and using some of those examples of money changing you, right? Look at this accidental bridge. I already had this lined up for the stream. Mimo 600 says if Gunna offered him $1 million to make a song with him, he would turn it down. I'm turning that down because you're a rat, he says.
I'm done on the phone. Hey, somebody want to do a song with me for an M. Who the f turned down the M? It's rat fall down. Yeah. That's an M though. Who the f turned down the M? The crowd. That's hard to turn down. Let me finish. He got an M, baby. Damn, me a snitch. Hello? I can't do the song with you, bro. You got snitching on your name. I'm mad as hell. I just turned down the M because you're a rat on for the gray. Oh, something deep down saying, man, that snitch they got an M. No, I'm turning it down, though. Bro, I just cried for like 600 years. I just cried. I just turned down the M because you're a rat. I'm sick. I stand on what I believe in, though. On Steve McGee, turned down that M because you're a rat. I want that M, though.
I want that M, though. Let's play a comparison to that. Totally opposite. See how y'all feel. Y'all remember this?
Ain't even nothing to think about. That's an M. That's an M, homie.
One song.
For 16. And it's what? Oh man, I understand the value of $1.
Right.
Yeah. But $100 still $100. A band still a band, homie. Yeah.
Right.
$1 million, bro, to do a song with a who like I don't even know he told on. And I ain't even from over there. And there's some shit like that. That's y'all rat. I know only squeeze is got some cheese, homie. Yeah. I know so do some shit like, but y'all ain't finna do nothing. Like y'all ain't just do shit. Yeah.
And you kind of went in on
y'all ain't even squeeze got some money.
Let me ask the chat before I get my take. Somebody put on Steve. You stupid Jerome. Hey, chat. In that example right there, $1 million. You know what? I gotta give the preface to it because not everybody in the chat is a street nigga. And like I'm not. Let's say if you are a street person, which is you're not supposed to associate yourself with rats by any means. Which example are you here? Are you the Mimo 600 or are you the Kodak? Chat, go. I'm going to bring you up on the screen. Are you Mimo or are you Kodak? Which one? In the meantime, what Jay say here? No, I meant speed up the video you play. We ain't never. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I be trying to remember to do that with many of the videos, especially if it'll still sound clean. I don't think we gotta do that with shorts. I don't even think you can do it with shorts. I forget. Are you Mimo or are you Kodak? Chat. Sniper says he's Kodak. Let's keep going. J Main says I'm Kodak. Sniper says street is Mimo. Okay. Don Bean, I remember, says if you are street, gotta be Mimo. Lion Den 1984 says stop glorifying street. We can stop police brutality. Dope. Big Yella says I'm Yella, no snitches. Okay. Jerome says I'm on Mimo side. Ooh. Mr. Jones says Kodak is music. Is that all it is? Okay. Uncle Bucky says Kodak. I like that it's mixed. MSM, yes, it does fucking matter because you may not get the $1 million like Mimo, or you might take the $1 million and depending on who you are, or what you represent, or your children that watch you, or whatever, and the message that you put out there, people might follow your lead. You never know. Too Clean John says, give me that M, dog. All right. Should I make it worse for everybody that went with Kodak? I'll save that for a second. So this is the shitty thing about accepting those rules. That's why the best decision to not have to be a rat or get yourself out of jail is to try to avoid breaking crimes or being around certain people or putting yourself in certain situations. as I tell my son, I teach him what a rat is and not to rat and not to make certain decisions in certain situations. But at the same time, I tell him the way bigger thing there is, no, don't hang out with that kid. No, don't steal. No, don't do. I don't want you to even be in a situation. I don't want you to be provoked by, well, it's 10 years or life. I don't want you to be provoked. I don't want you to go through court. I don't want you to have nothing. That's the real approach. You know what I'm saying? That's the best shit, because there's many people that I said earlier that they really think and they really believe in their hearts and in their morals and their principles, they won't do something. But when you're in it, it will change you. Like, oh shit, like it's really life. Like literally, like you live once. Like I'm literally 22 years old. I'm really about to face life. This is the type of shit that like creates like the Queso's father, for example, like respectfully, he told on his son. He told on his son. He testified against his son. This is what happens, right? Right? People will change in the midst of that moment. So you just got to avoid it, man, because nobody wants the pressure of jail time or whatnot sitting over their heads. Nobody wants that. But yes, if you are a street person, if you're a street nigga, if you're a gangster, if you apply street code, you're not supposed to touch that $1 million. So as far as I thought, Kodak is a gangster with a gangster background. He's not supposed to take that money. Him taking that money looks crazy. And I'm not saying that Mimo said the right thing. Now, if you put the actual $1 million in front of him, we'll see what happens, right? To my point, until you're actually there. But at least what he's saying is supposed to be the answer for you street guys and you gangsters. And that's why he's joking around and say like, damn, I'd be pissed for 600 years. I couldn't take that M. You're not supposed to be able to take it. You know? So who do you want to be? How do you want to live? What decisions do you want to make for your lifestyle? You know, it's easier to be a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen. See how many times Whack 100 says the thing about this gang shit and this gangster shit and the street shit is a whole bunch of rules you're supposed to follow that don't make no sense. I agree with him. I fully fucking agree with him. So I'd rather not be a part of it. I don't want to have to be scared like shit. Somebody broke into my house. Can I call the cops? Should I call? What, can I? Am I allowed to? I don't want to deal with none of that shit. I want to say I'm minding my business, paying my taxes, working my fucking job, taking care of my fucking family. Somebody broke in my house. Hey, cops, come over here. I got something going on. What happened? Well, I don't want to tell you what happened until I speak to my lawyer. I'm still doing that because it'd be a justified situation. I could still get in trouble. Why is the exit wound from his back? Was he trying to retreat? Ooh, civilians still get their ass put in jail, right? I still want to talk to my lawyer first. But I'll call the cops because I'm not fucking. You think me as a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, I want to what? Remove this body, pull a YMW Melly allegedly, or David allegedly, and try to put it in my trunk and go drive it away and be like, hey, but he was wrong. He's the one that broke into my house. Fuck no, I ain't doing all that shit. That'll get you in trouble too. Hell no. This lawyer and that jury understands that it was a justified shooting because I was minding my business. A guy broke into my fucking house. I'm calling the cops. You know what I'm saying? You street niggas don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And then motherfuckers actually get mad when there's like a drop your flag movement. Come on over, man. Like it's not an easy lifestyle. You know, it's a dangerous lifestyle, and there's already 1 million ways to die. I don't want to add me being a street nigga to the equation. I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Mimo, what he said was right. But what you were actually doing in the scenario, who knows? I was gonna bring up the girl, Selena Powell and Lil Meech shit. I don't care about it anymore. This just feels like a more important stream. I don't care about that stupid shit no more. Her exposing him. I really was, which you know you was, and then she got him on a phone call and shit. I will say the topic briefly after I was gonna play it, which is I'll never understand why you guys chase around these high profile industry IG hoes and sluts that the whole world already knows. I'll never get it. I'll never get it. That shit should have been done, and all men in the industry should have learned their lesson after Superhead put out a book. That she should have been the first and the last, right? How does the Selena Powells of the world have a resume that could fill a dictionary? You motherfuckers don't learn. Allegedly, y'all getting robbed, allegedly burnt. I'm not saying about how, I don't know. I'm just saying, y'all niggas be getting burnt by these bitches. Y'all niggas be getting robbed by these chicks. Y'all niggas be getting exposed by these chicks. Y'all niggas be falling in love with these chicks. Like, how does, and Lil Meech, every picture you take, and every time we turn around, you talking too much. You talking too much on her phone. In a situation like that, you should have known that she was recording you. When she was saying your name like that, Dimitri, all that type of shit, you should have known. The shit with the police and all the shit in the airport. Lil Meech, why stop taking pictures like this? I would have known that bitch was recording me the way she was talking. She was just protecting her internet image for the next nigga with a bag. That I don't be lying on the internet. Is that really what y'all going back and forth with? You lying that I fucked you. Now that's what. Stay away from these hoes. But y'all won't. Y'all won't. All right. Shout out to Checks and Balances. Quick fun one before we get up out of here. What does this say? This says what? Who has the best hood movies of all time? The West Coast or the East Coast? So on the West Coast side, it's got movies like Menace to Society, Baby Boy, and Boys in the Hood. On the right side, you see movies like Juice, Paid in Full, and Belly. Now, there's a bunch of movies that represent certain regions or are influenced by certain regions that, of course, aren't here. Where's Dead Presidents? Where's that? I'm not talking about when they had war and shit. Was that Harlem and shit? That was New York? What are the hood classics? Scarface is in Miami. So I guess you say East Coast, right? It's Miami, right? Yeah, so that's East Coast. What are the big hood cult classics? I don't know, but you just got to give it to the West. It's coming from an East Coast guy. I'm a New Yorker. They have Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society. Game over. Paid in Full is a classic. Juice is classic. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Where's New Jack City base? Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. East Coast got New Jack City, right? Hold on. Ooh, so what are your two best? Is it Juice and New Jack City? Now, you got hood classics and you got gangster classics. That's a difference. Because hood tends to be more urban, how it's classified. Black actors, black characters, okay? Scarface is a lot of people's number one. Now we talk about gangster, we talk about hood. Because Scarface is East Coast, right? Hold on, what's the title? What's the caption again? All right, so the caption over here says, who has the best hood classics? The picture, oh no, it does say that. My bad. It says, who has the best hood? It does. All right, so hood. Yeah, so now you're talking about like Juice and probably like New Jack City. Let's say maybe those are top two. Maybe. But you're going up against what some people would say is number one and number two spot. I think Boys in the Hood is number one. And I could argue Menace is number two. I got a whole blog on that too on my ARP Blogspot channel, different channel, of breaking down why Boys in the Hood is ahead of Menace to Society. But you're arguably going against 1 and 2 with like alleged 2 and 3 spots. You know, Baby Boy doesn't need to be up here. Baby Boy and Paid in Full, both classics. I said it before, I'll say it again. Get mad at me if you want. Belly is nowhere near the classic that people give it the credit for. I don't think it's great at all. It's had such a trash ending. The acting was terrible. DMX did a DMX job. Nas is a horrible actor. T-Boz wasn't good. Method Man did a good job. But Nas is the co-star of the movie, and his acting skills is trash, horrible, horrendous, wrong lane of work. Go back to rapping level. I'm just being real. So get Belly out of here. All right, the West Coast got it. I'm gonna leave it alone. The West Coast got it for now. I don't feel like doing a whole deeper dive and be like, yo, but this movie and that. If we do East Coast one day, we'll open it up. It'll change the conversation maybe a little bit. But right now, just to say, oh shit, I can't fucking change my view. Just to say hood movies. Yeah, it looks like the West got it. I can't change my view. What the fuck? Oh my goodness. With this UI, let me change it real quick before I bring my supers up. Or fix it. Not even change it. Fix it. Yo, y'all are fucking up. I gotta share another video just to fix this shit and then get back into the UI where it's not minimalizing where I need to change my view back. I had to learn how to fix this shit on the fly. Like how long y'all gonna take, StreamYard, to fix this bug? I can't be the only person talking about this shit. ARP, people reference Trying Turner or Kane from Menace more on Belly than Nas. Yeah. Kane, are you kidding me? Kane is like talked about as a character forever. I don't give a fuck about no Nas and Belly character. People walk around talking about Sincere. They do. If anything, they talk about Tommy. Nobody talk about no Sincere. Ever. And Nas is horrible, B. Get this out of here, too. You tried it. You know I love you, but Paper Soldiers? High Learning, is that a hood classic? Is that a hood movie? What's a hood movie to y'all? Isn't a hood movie involving hood shit? Like the shooting, the gang banging, like a movie like Colors is a hood movie, right? Is Training Day a hood movie? Maybe. Oh fuck. If we classify Training Day as a hood movie, fuck, the West Coast got that too. Oh shit. Training Day is a hood movie. It is. The hood elements of them, the Sandman and corrupt police, and you know them going to the jungle. The climax of the movie is in the jungle. That's a hood movie. Fuck it. Damn, they got Training Day too. Hey, Training Day is ahead of Paid in Full. Who got a problem with that statement? Who think that Paid in Full is ahead of Training Day? Paid in Full is a classic. Paid in Full ain't in front of Training Day. Training Day, arguably one of Denzel's best acting roles. He won Grammys for that shit. What? Training Day is like, yo, the West got it with the movies, B. Hood movies, they got it. They got it. I see people put In Too Deep up here. Blue Hill. Where's Sugar Hill? Sugar Hill's Harlem. Oh, another one for East Coast with Wesley Snipes. Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill are Paid in Full. 2 Harlem movies. Right? Oh, Sugar Hill is way more dramatic. Like when he comes back into that restaurant. I really ain't scared of you, motherfucker. I ain't scared of you. This is for my father, motherfucker. Ah! Sugar Hill. Could be overpaid in full. I don't know. They burnt up Goggles in the alley and then hung them. Clockers. State Property. State Property is fun. It's a fun movie. It's not a classic to me. It was fun. Like, whatever. A bunch of budget cinematography and subpar acting, you know. It's just one of our other than that, like, Do the Right Thing. We opening up a can of worms, V. We open up a can of fucking worms. I'm getting mad at you today, shorty. The Wood. Oh! Fuck! Sugar Hill And South Central have better endings, definitely, than Paid in Full. More dramatic, climatic. Like he has to kill his brother at the end. He doesn't have. He killed his brother at the end. No, he killed himself. My bad. His brother took his own life because he shot his brother on accident. Ray. And then South Central, I could cry behind that fucking ending when he peels the bandana off his head. Oh, fathers, y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? Yo, y'all are kicking ass in the chat today, boy. Nikita, get your ass up on this channel real quick. Above the rim. Pac getting killed at the end by the softest nigga in the movie. That's how it happens sometimes too, boy. That's why I say I don't sleep on no man. No man. Yo, I don't want to be here all day. Is Bronx Tale considered hood, or is it? It's not really. Is it considered more mafia, or is it considered more hood? Yeah, they went to the Black Hood at the end and all that type of shit, but Bronx Tale is more mafia. Yeah, it's mafia. What am I talking about? Sonny is the fucking main. It's more mafia. So gangster movie, mafia movie, but not hood movie, not Bronx Tale. They said, yeah, it's over. It's tough. It's tough, B. It's a fun movie. If I wanted to call this a classic, it's because it's timelessly a cool movie. But Janet's not a good actor. Pac is extremely, extremely light years ahead of a lot of his peers when it comes to acting. He was a great actor. Janet's not a good actor at all. Shorty and was it Joe Torre, whatever, they do great job. They're both great actors. There's a lot of fluff moments and down moments in the movie. It's a cool story, but it don't come into the conversations with the titles that we've been saying so far. Poetic Justice don't touch those of what we've been saying. Hell no. Now y'all about to get me off the stream. Fun, cool movie, but it's not with the titles that we're talking about. Ugh. Yo, I might do it. I'll do it at the end of the year. Let me put it in my phone to remember. We're gonna do it together. We're gonna do a East Coast versus West Coast full movie comparison. All right. That's what we're gonna do. Because the movies where we really think about it, that's up here. Y'all got Menace, y'all got Training Day, and y'all got Boys in the Hood. It's supposed to be game over. But the argument starts to kick up, though. I don't know. All right, East Coast versus West Coast hood movies. Not gangster. Not mafia. Hood. Okay? And even if we tried to do mafia, that would probably all be East Coast anyway. I mean, the biggest crime mafia families were all East Coast and like New York. You talk about the story of like John Gotti and shit. It's all East Coast, right? The Godfather is where? I forget. Narcos, I'm not talking about outside of the States, the Colombia and all that type of shit, but like the Miami element of like Narcos. And like a lot of that mafia stuff is East Coast, right? Gangsters is everywhere. Gangster movies everywhere. Fuck. Why y'all kick up like that? Oh. Shit. Damn. Who put this up here? Cliff? Oh, shit. Nah, fuck you West Coast niggas. Nah, nigga, we back. We back. It is a fight. Now that I think about it, nigga. East Coast, what? New York, stand up. I gave y'all the win when we started. I gave it to y'all. I said, y'all got Menace. Y'all got Boys in the Hood. It's over. Fuck that. New Jack, Paid in Full, Juice. We got Harlem Nights. Yeah, nigga. I don't have to bring up a West Coast. We gonna do a whole Biggie and Pac stream. The fuck? We got Harlem Nights. Obviously, one of my favorite movies of all time, right? We mentioned Dead Presidents. You tried it. Fresh. I'm in the movie Fresh. I'm in there as an extra in the playground scene in the background playing basketball. I'm actually in there. They did come to America, right? We got Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights for the save. The big save. We got Harlem Nights. It's a fight. It's up. I'll see you at the end of the year for that one. It's up and it's stuck with that. It's up. We're going to go to war for that later on, okay? Oh, shit. Rise and Grind came in at 6:15. Shout out to Smitty, our member. Another day, another opportunity, another grind. Salute ARP and the members and the mods. Salute G. Appreciate you. Yeah, we're kicking off the week. We here. Capo's here. Shout out to the green team. Please hit that like button. Thank you, G. Listen to our mods, please. They're here for a reason. Sniper, our member, says, who do you think is a good opponent would be next for Twork to face? So the battle rap community has Hitman losing. The battle rap community has Twork losing. Let them battle. And it's not just a you lost versus it's people want to see that battle anyway, right? So what happens is, like, let's say Twork and Hitman is already bubbling up. People's already looking for it. Let's say Twork 30s Lux, and let's say Mook 30s Hitman. You're not gonna look at the Twork and the Hitman battle the same anymore. It's like it has to be pushed back a little bit. Whereas they're both down right now on their performances in the consensus of the entire battle rap culture. So that's a good time to match. You know, does Twork want to do it? Does Holla want to do it? Different questions. Does a league want to do it? You know, little bit of time passed for both of them. Holla don't got no battles book right now that I know about. Nah. But Twork probably got like 4 or 5 battles booked for all we know right now coming up. Let those battles, like, never negate your contracts. Let those battles happen and then maybe chill for a little second. That's not gonna happen. Twork is not that type of battle rapper. He's always there. But that would be the best from a fan standpoint, you know, for that a matchup like that. But I think that could be a good one, a good idea. Sniper says, who do you think? Oh, okay, my bad. Ethan says, beloved Pac Twork up expeditiously, clean body. Ugh. Jay came back with a big $15 super. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. That was at 6:49 a.m. while we was cooking. Jay's back again and says 50 is going to cook him. Wait for it. Oh, Dame. I was trying not to cook him. I started to cook him a little bit. I was cooking him, but I turned off the pot and I said, stop, because there's a positive element here that I can't skip. So I apologize, Dame. I apologize too. I didn't cut on the stream thinking I was going to really, really like that, but I was just being honest, man. I really was. Nikita, our member, is here. She says, hit that like and share. Join the green team. Listen, we a secret society. All we ask is, Miss AB is here. She says, have a great day to everybody. She's been a member for a month, which is dope. Smitty's back here again, says, ARP got to do an all-day stream one day. I can sit here and rap with y'all all day when I don't got to work. That would be fire. I can do it. Y'all would have to give me a pass on doing shit that isn't always the coolest to do on stream, like eat, get up, go to the bathroom, check the door for my Grubhub, like, you know what I'm saying? But there's a cool element to that too, of just like, this is just regular life. So I would absolutely do it. During the down parts of the stream, though, sometimes people would leave the stream. I don't know. I don't know. Well, then again, when people know, if you build up the reputation of doing all day streams, they will stay during those periods where they know, like, all right, he's off taking a quick shower or something. Like, and I wouldn't try to lead the stream for that. I would try to take the shower before the stream, obviously. But I would do that even coming up and very near, like whether weeks away or months away. I absolutely would. But I think the bigger picture of that is, as the podcast continues to grow, it'll take more of my time. Meaning, the viewership, if it triples 2 years from now, I will have to complement that. I will have to be here for that. I will have to continue to cultivate that. I will have to adjust and adapt to that. I will have to grow with it. And that's why I say you guys would turn me into more of a streamer than a podcaster. Okay? Where I would push out this view. I don't even know if I would stay in this room or not. I'm not sure. But I would push out this view. We would be way more regular shit other than just the topics, just regular life. All right, we're eating. It's lunch. Everybody go get your food. We're going to eat. We're going to chill. Maybe some of my friends I would bring in, you know what I'm saying? People that's allowed here. You know what I'm saying? And then the third level to me is when you're even out in the street and you're streaming. Now that I'm scared to death of. I don't think I would ever do that. I'm not gonna be live sitting in Applebee's streaming with the world. You see what just happened with Rampage Jack. Shit just happens randomly. A girl walks up on Rampage Jackson, I think, and she flashed him her breasts. Now I gotta lose my stream or lose my channel because the random nature. Somebody disrespects you, somebody bumps you, somebody plays with you because you're live or because you're a celebrity. I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? Would I be able to do streams outside of our regular streaming place? Of course, but it would only be in controlled environments where I know I'm not walking through the mall and God knows what's going to happen. I would never do that level of streaming. I ain't playing with people like that, and I ain't gonna take that risk with people. But yeah, we can get there, man. We can get there. In time, I'm a brick by brick guy. So as we continue to build, we will adjust. We will adapt. You know what I'm saying? So is that a nice way of saying shit, it's on y'all? Yeah. If y'all can't even like the videos, how the fuck you think we're gonna push this shit to a point where by 6 months from now, we're gonna be like, oh, we gotta do the all-day streams now. Y'all can't even like the videos. So I'm chilling. What about y'all? Y'all gotta do y'all part. I do my part, right? Y'all gotta do y'all part too. Share the video. Don't nobody ask me about doing particular topics, particular streams, be here, this, boom, 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 and you don't even like or share the video. Share the video. Do a share, do a like, drop a comment. That tells YouTube this is good content and we should promote it. That's what YouTube looks at. The likes is dope. The shares is huge. Click like and then share it to your Twitter or share it to your Facebook or share it to, you know what I'm saying? And YouTube sees that. They say, this, whatever's going on with this video right here, or this channel right here, or this week of content, or this playlist right here, everybody jumps into these chats and they share it. So we're going to push it. Or else YouTube's just going to leave me with the other billion podcasters and say, it's good content. We're going to promote it just enough because our views aren't always from our subscribers. I could look at my channel right now and probably see that this live right here, there's probably only like, let's say this video does 5,000 views. I bet you of the 5,000 views, only like 900 of those people are subscribed to the channel. People catch it because they know we're here at 6 a.m. People catch it because we pop up on their front wall. It says this channel is live and they see it. Oh, let me click in. People catch it because the title is matching things that they're interested in, like Loaded Lux versus Nu Jersey Twork. People don't necessarily catch us because they're subscribed to us. Share. Like YouTube has all these algorithms that understand what to push, what to promote. And it's not just per video. It gets us to the point where even the playlists or the overall channel gets promoted heavily. YouTube gotta really have it because there's a billion channels. There's a billion videos, and that's when you end up just being a diamond in the rough because certain people just never get the opportunity to get discovered. Okay. But I'm very humble with the corner that we have. If we stay like this for the next 10 years, I will still be here and I will still work my ass off for y'all. But if we want certain things, it comes with certain actions that we all are involved in. So, hey, I'm with y'all, but do my part. What do we got here? This is why people just give up on things. Scammers. Yeah, I think that's when we were in the topic of BLM. Shitty news, but I like the topic that we covered on that one. I like the takes that we have on that one. Nikita also says demons protecting demons, if you ask me. Hey. Tay says money. All right, we had a topic off of that. Shout out to Tay once again. That was a fun little spinoff. Shay says there are many false. We brought that one up while I was in the middle of that topic as well. False prophets in the world, deceiving people. You're supposed to test their spirit. Everyone that says they're God isn't. Boy, if that ain't the truth. If that ain't the truth. Jay also says, no, I meant speed up the. Yes, I got you, love. I got you. Nikita says, ARP, most people don't understand. Bring a street night and a hood night are two different things. Is that when we're talking about the movies? Oh, no, a street nigga, I think you mean. Understand, bring a street nigga and a hood. If you meant like street people and hood people, there absolutely is a difference. You become hood because of your ways, how you even your environment can just embed hood in you. You know what I'm saying? The way you talk, the way you act, your instincts. If you like hood instincts, there's a lot of things that stick within your character, your persona, how you react to things, how you think, how you move, how you talk, how you dress, that come from the hood. Your environment always impacts you. But as far as being a street nigga, big difference. It's something I never aimed to be. All right. Don Bean says, simple. If you are street, then keep it that way. If you're not, then it's free game. Yeah. Kodak, if he's a street nigga, he's not supposed to take that M. And I'm always cautious when I see people move like that. Those are people that have turncoat tendencies. They have certain codes, certain teachings, certain learning, certain principles, certain morals, certain rules or whatever that they're supposed to follow, but they allow the intangibles or the circumstances change it. That's like if I go extreme and I say, are you heterosexual? And you say yes. Do you want to stay heterosexual? You say yes. And I say, okay, do a gay scene, porn scene for $1 million. Why can't I look at that the same as a person that takes the $1 million for the song with the rat? Why can't I? Why can't I look at, because it's not really about, this one is about a sexual situation, and this one's about a rap situation. At the core of both situations is what you say your rule, your moral, your principle, or your decision is, or what you represent. So the moment you say, you flow chart it. The moment you say, if then else, if this happens, then I'm allowed, it's supposed to be down the line for whatever your rule is. Will I ever trade on my son or my daughter? Never. I told him that to his face. Never. I could be Queso father. I'm doing it. I never trade on my children. Ever. Can never rat them out. Ever. Them cops coming to my door, even if I just seen him run in the house, blood on his shoes and everything, throwing a gun in a fucking closet or whatever. Never. Cops act like I might get in trouble too. I never would trade on my children. Whereas some people say I wouldn't trade on my children unless I was facing life also and I wasn't a part of the crime. I'm not giving you the options that change my answer. So when I say never, that means I don't care if I'm about to die. I don't care if I'm about to serve life. I don't care if it's about to affect me. I don't care. It's down the line. No matter what, the decision is the decision. I will never trade on my son or my daughter ever. I would never be the reason why they go serve time in jail. Ever. But Kodak Black is like, I'm a gangster, but that's an M. Just change. I'd use the porn one, the porn industry one. Right? Go do a gay scene then for $2 million. Would you do it? There's a lot. I could create so many of those examples. Put them in front of people. Your answer is supposed to remain your answer. The moment you flow chart the shit, turncoat tendencies. It is what it is. East has the numbers. West has the substance. Don't you gotta be careful saying that, Big Yellow. That's when we talk about movies. Because there's a lot of East Coast movies with substance, buddy. Be careful. Don't get in trouble. I know where you went with that though. Because East Coast got some bullshit movies too. But West Coast got some bullshit too. You know, we're gonna do it at the end of the year. I just put it in my phone as like one of our wrap-up videos. Thank you so much. Who was that? Cliff that put Harlem Nights in there? Because when I saw that shit from Checks and Balances, I said, oh yeah, we taking the L not the West got it. I was just looking at that picture. And we started thinking about it, like, hold on. I got a chance where I could stand up for my coast here. Because, you know, I'm going to be real and be honest about it. Like, now they had it. No, wait, hold on. Maybe they don't have it. We'll see. Now don't run South Central. South Central is a classic. That's always a classic. Kane was in Belly with the banana. I don't like that. Yeah. And my stupid ass took years to figure that out. Here's a bad one. I gotta live it. I didn't know that Humpty Hump and Shock G was the same person for years. It's one of the most stupidest moments I've had in my life. Or revelations I've had in my life. I did not know. I'm being honest. I didn't know. I thought when he came out, he rapped. Humpty came out. That was Humpty Hump. Humpty dance in your chair, dude. I thought it was different fucking people, and then when I found out, I said, "Oh my God, maybe I'm nowhere near as smart as people tell me I am." My mother and my father are so wrong about me. I'm an idiot. A fucking idiot. But on first watch of Belly, I wasn't paying. I didn't catch me. Maybe it was the thick glasses and the wig, the hair, and then you double back. Oh, it is fucking Kane. And look, we don't even call him his other name. We call him Kane. That's how impactful that character is. We call him Kane. We call him Kane, B. Some people see Keanu Reeves out in the street. Nah, Keanu Reeves gets called Keanu, but I'm not mad if some people call him John Wick or call him Neo. That's how impactful some of these characters are. They get stuck with that one character. Real shit. That one name. Just people don't even call him by their government. It stays with them forever. Kane. If I see him in the street, I don't remember his real name. Now think about it. I don't remember his real government name. I'll be like, yo, Kane. And he's going to turn around because that's been his whole life. He'll be like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I even hyped the videos on YouTube 50. Oh, thank you, Nikita. I knew you were special. I did. Thank you so much for that love. Shit, I don't even do that. That's a newer thing on YouTube, right? I don't know how long that's been around. Shit, maybe I need to start doing that too. But thank you for hyping the videos. That's a big deal. I gotta do more homework on that and catch up to y'all on that one. Real talk. Jay says 10 toes always brick shit. Thank you, Jay. It's a movement we got going on, man. I really appreciate y'all. It's 8:20 on a Monday. I didn't want to do 2 hours and 20 minutes on a fucking Monday, but we is here vibing, so work is work. I appreciate y'all. 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'll meet y'all back. All right, we out.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without, I think still got a gun.